So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's been, we lost our last one out against Watford. I'm sure some of you have watched my match day vlog of that. If you're not, I'll leave it up on the card up there. And it is Wolves away at Brighton with all the stats, the facts and my predictions for the game coming up. So first up, let's talk about the team news, because there's lots of interesting things in regards to the team for Wolves, especially this week. But let's look at Brighton first of all. Their top scorer, Glenn Murray, as you may well have noticed, got stretchered off with heavy concussion in their 1-0 victory away at Newcastle. And he is a doubt and will obviously be tested or may not be risked, but we'll wait to see what on the day, whether he's included either in the starting lineup or on the bench. Brighton, David Propper and Pascal Gross may remain a doubt. Bruno has apparently recovered from a groin injury and may well be back in contention. For Wolves, on the other hand, as we know, Wolves have not named I've not changed the side. Nuno's not changed the side at all in all the first 9 Premier League games. However, we could see changes, and I personally will expect that we will see changes for the game against Brighton. Obviously, Adama Traore and Ivan Cavallero are pushing for starts, but I'll come on to my team prediction a little bit later in this vlog. So, head-to-head, Wolves do not have a great record against Brighton recently in heads-to-heads. In fact, the last 6 top-flight meetings between the two sides, Brighton have won. And in fact, in their last 8 meetings, Brighton have won 4, drawn 3 and only lost the 1 game. So we've not got a great record against Brighton recently. Also, in the last 4 games against Brighton, Wolves have only managed to score 1 game. But as we all know, this is a brand new era for Wolves. Lots of little records that we didn't like under Nuno have been just forgotten about. New Brune come in and been pushed by the wayside, and hopefully this can be another one at the weekend, because we really do want Wolves to bounce back with a result against Brighton, especially with tough games coming up against Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, who are both on good runs. So, on to some match stats and facts. Let's start off with Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, Brighton have not won 3 consecutive top-flight games for 37 years. So their incentive is, if they beat Wolves, they will have won 3 top-flight games in a row. So let's hopefully that doesn't come to pass. Brighton are also vying to keep a club record of 3 consecutive clean sheets in the top flight. Brighton have won 36 of their 51 Premier League points at home at the Amex Stadium. Over 70% of their points, which is the 3rd highest in Premier League history. Chris Hughton has only lost 1 of his 8 previous meetings with Wolves as a manager, winning 3 and drawing 4. So there's not a great omen either, but another opportunity to do something about that. Moving on to some Wolves facts and stats. Obviously, Wolves suffered a first top-flight defeat in 7 matches against Watford last weekend. Despite that result, Wolves' 15 points from 9 Premier League games this season is the most by a newly promoted club since West Brom also secured that in 2010-2011. Wolves are actually the only team in Europe's top 5 divisions that have yet to change their starting lineup. But as we know, we do predict that will probably happen at the weekend. The other interesting stat is that we're not great at scoring in the first half. Out of all of our goals that we've scored, we've only scored 1 in the first 45 minutes, with the majority, with all the rest coming in the second half. Raul Jimenez, with 2 goals, is the only Wolves player to have scored more than once in the league this season, would you believe? But it's a good thing that everyone's chipping in with goals, but, you know, we do need our forward players to be scoring more often. So, on to the team prediction that I'm thinking may happen, and also my score prediction for this game. And please, I want you to leave your changes and your score prediction, but I'll come on to that in a bit. So in terms of changes, I do think that Jota is going to get dropped out the starting lineup, and I think Cavallero is going to get a start. I think Jimenez, after a week's rest, will stay up front. I think that Costa will probably stay in the starting lineup. Yeah, because he's been doing all right. I think Costa will stay. Dharma will stay on the bench. I think, obviously, in terms of the wing-back positions, Otto and Doherty will stay. The midfield pairing will stay. I do think we may see a change at the back. I think Cody is the same, Bolly, but I think Bennett might be dropped out for Dendoncker for this game. We will see. But those are what I think might happen. What do you think? What do you think the lineup will be? In terms of a score prediction, obviously we lost. Nuno does not like losing 2 games in a row. Brighton have got a fantastic home record. I'm going to do my heart and my head prediction. So my heart says that we're going to go there and win 1-0 or 2-1. My head says it's going to be a 1-1 score draw or a 2-2 score draw. Leave your comments below on what you think that the score will be and who you think the first goal scorer will be. If someone gets it right on either here or my Instagram, when I ask questions on there on my Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram, it'll be down here now. Follow me on that and answer the question, who's going to have the first goal scorer? That includes the away opposition, and what will the score be? And one person will get a shout out on my reaction vlog or my match day vlog. So yeah, so we're really much hoping that Wolves will bounce back. I'm confident we'll see a much stronger performance. I am confident we will get the result. My heart, as I say, win. My head, draw. Either way, we'll all be positive, and I really do think we'll get a positive result. Come on the Wolves. If you're brand new about here, please consider subscribing and hit the bell button, because you'll always get first to be notified of my uploads. Until the next one, Dazzling Dave over and out.